hope you're having an amazing New Year, and I hope the rest of the year is amazing for you. So, I've been following this whole Andrew Tate case for about like week. Like I think it's been like 5-6 days. I don't know exactly, but basically, I've been listening to the Twitter spaces. A lot of Romanian lawyers come on. A lot of people that know him come on. A lot of haters come on. Just a lot of different people come on, and they just dish it out. You know, they say some stuff they know. They say how much they hate him. They say how good of a person he is. Me personally, I'm an Andrew Tate fan. I've been an Andrew Tate fan for a long time now. I've consumed a lot of his content. But I don't agree with everything he says. You know, I think that's what's wrong with people. You know, just because you like someone doesn't mean you have to agree with everything he says. Or just because you don't agree with one thing doesn't mean they're an evil person. But basically, my view is I hope he's innocent. I don't know if he's innocent or not. No one knows, right? But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's innocent or he's guilty. No, I'm not like that. So this one guy came on today. His name is Kalen Roberson. And basically, this guy used to be some right-wing guy, right? I'm not gonna get into it because I want you guys to listen to it. He used to be a right-wing guy, and he met Andrew Tate, and he said some crazy stuff that, like, I hope it's not true. Basically, just put it that way. So listen for yourself, and you be the judge.
I'll go to Colin. You've been waiting for a while, and then Syrian Girl to wrap it up before we go to the next point from Crabman. So Crabman, I'll let you prepare your second argument as well, and then we can continue with that. Colin, go ahead.
Oh, hey, I don't have a huge lot of information to add with this, but I've been listening to it so far about how we're talking about coercion and consent and the idea about how Andrew's been treating people and whether these women were consenting or not. I met Andrew in 2018. I had a business venture.
See, here's what I don't understand. 2018, that's so long ago. It's so convenient to come out now when everything is going on, right? Why don't people just come out like just sooner? 2018.
And he flew me and a couple of right-wing commentators out to his house, the one that's just been raided again, or confiscated. And he picked me up from Bucharest airport. We were driving in one of his cars to the house in Bucharest. And I remember asking him, because we were going through like a really shitty neighborhood to get there, why not stay in London? You know, he was boasting about having all this money. When he picked me up from the airport, and he was like, well, I'm a little bit on the run from looting at the moment. I can't really stay in London at the moment. Like, the police are pretty pissed at me. Basically, that he's been doing stuff he really shouldn't be doing.
See, that part is weird to me. If you just meet someone for the first time and he's a media guy, are you going to tell him the illegal stuff that you do? Are you going to tell him, hey, I do some illegal stuff, that's why I'm here? Think about it. Would you do that?
And I was like, well, why go to Romania? Why not go to basically a country that doesn't look like this? And he said, because I've got the Romanian police in my pocket. If I want it, they're easily bribed. I can look after things. And I like to tell my chicks that too. I thought that was a bit weird. And it was basically something he described to me later as he would, when these girls would fall in love with him, when he would hoard them up in his house, he would remind them that the police would be in his pocket. And a lot of these girls were from outside Romania. They don't really know the area.
So basically what Andrew Tate is being accused of now, the lover boy method. Like, and he's coming out like right on time. You know, he's coming out saying the exact same things he's being accused of.
Maybe they try to escape or they want to leave. Maybe he makes one call and they think they might not be able to leave the country. And a huge part of it was him describing how that was one of his main tactics, was reminding these women that the police were on his side and that they couldn't really go. He also showed me when we went into his house, there was like a phone box. And it only had like 4 phones in it or something, when he was giving me like a tour of all the rooms. And he said, like, when the girls come to the house and when I really get a girl that likes me, I'll say, like, if you really trust me, you put your phone in the box and you don't need to talk to anyone. You just need to talk to me. I'm the only person that matters. And they lose a lot of contact with the outside.
I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Would you ever tell someone, let's say you're doing what he's being accused of, right? Would you tell some random person the first day you meet them? Would you? I don't know. I wouldn't. No way. Are you kidding me?
World. So you've got like a person, maybe from the other side of the world, who he's hooked up with on Instagram, who thinks he's lovely and innocent. And, oh, sorry, I'm nervous talking about this. It's the first time I've held on to this stuff for a long time. Because
Why? Why'd you hold on to it for so long?
I've been turned down by a lot of media to talk about it in the right way, but it's just, it was just super, super intense.
So he's been turned down by media, right, to talk about it. He doesn't have his own platforms. He doesn't have Twitter. He doesn't have Facebook. He doesn't have Instagram. He doesn't have YouTube. So what does the media turning you down have to do with anything?
And I just can imagine the situation that a lot of those girls would have been in, who think they're going to go and fall in love with some guy and move into this great house. They have their phone basically kind of taken away, but then they feel like, well, I can't even sneak out a window because what if I get arrested and brought back here? Or what if I have my passport taken away because the police and the person in this dodgy country runs the local unit? And I just thought, in terms of consent, that was fucking terrible to see. And really, really, really damning. There's other...
Look, I'm not saying he's lying, and I'm not saying he's telling the truth. I don't know. I'm not saying Andrew's innocent or he's guilty. I don't know. What I'm saying is, when you meet someone for the first time, it's very, 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 very hard for me to believe that Andrew Tate, right? He seems super smart, right? I don't know him personally, but he seems like a very smart guy. I don't know if he would say that to someone. I just don't know, you know? Like, I can't believe it.
Stuff that's happened and other stuff as well, but I think in terms of this conversation, that was just a really, really damning moment in terms of consent.
Well, we appreciate you coming to say this because, I mean, we haven't. I have to say we haven't. Mario, I'm guessing we haven't. Have we verified this? I'm not. No offense whatsoever. But obviously, we try and verify everything. But I think you're one of the first people who, have had like direct experience with Andrew. Who's come out and said this side.
Yeah, because whoever I've heard that said they met Andrew Tate or they know Andrew Tate, like they only say good things about him. Like whoever that knows him or like that spent time with him. I haven't heard anyone that spent time with him say bad things. I'm talking about publicly. I'm not talking about like oh, this person said this. I'm talking about made a video in video live, like in videos publicly. I've never seen anyone.
He used the word
comment on that either way.
He literally used the word imagine.
So this guy that's talking, I believe, is Andrew Tate's friend, and he's known him for a while. He's the one that defends him.
So imagine being a woman in that situation.
No, you said I imagine that would be terrible in regards to consent with your words. You didn't
imagine being a woman in that situation and not being able to leave that house because you think you're going to be arrested. Imagine
you didn't see anything, friend. You're making assumptions.
I've got flight reports showing that he booked my flight. I've got evidence. I'm one of the first people who's been at his house that's talking about it.
So if he's saying he has flight reports and stuff, like obviously, he's not gonna lie about that. He most likely did meet Andrew Tate in Romania. Most likely Andrew Tate did fly him out. But is he lying about what Andrew Tate told him? I don't know. You be judge. What do you think? You think he's lying?
You've been at his house. I'm doubting the fact that you haven't seen him do these things, and I've been around him for 4 years.
He's not going to coerce people in front of a random guest in his house.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like why would you like brag about that in front of a random person? Like I've been saying like 1,000 times.
It's really important
for years.
I don't know why you're simping for someone that would behave like this. It's despicable. I imagine you're basing.
He's not simping for him. It's his friend, and he knows him. I hate that word, like simping. Like it's his friend.
Yes, on what he said to you in a car. We know he also said he's a trillionaire. Do we really believe?
I'm basing it off.
Yeah, like a lot of the Andrew Tate content that I watch, he's like trolling. He's like a comedian. Like I don't believe every single thing that he says. Like. Neither should you. He's like funny. Like I don't know. He seems like a comedian to me. He seems like he's trolling. Like what this guy said. He said he's a trillionaire. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Andrew Tate said he's a trillionaire. That's impossible.
What I saw him boasting about the room that he showed me with webcams that was super, super dodgy, about all the women that have come forward and started to speak out against him with the police recently, and about people that I know people that I've heard of who I know personally who have been assaulted by him,
So that's his second thing that he says that's crazy. He says he knows people that have been assaulted by him. He's like, I don't know, like it's basically everything that he's being accused of. And this guy is coming out saying this now when everything is going on. Why didn't he say this a year ago when Andrew Tate was blowing up, right?
It has been overwhelming evidence against him, and for you to undermine
there hasn't been, like, I'm not defending Andrew Tate once again, man. I'm being as unbiased as I can. There hasn't been hard evidence. There hasn't been. It's just all this person came forward, that person came forward, this person came forward. There's no solid evidence.
Put forward evidence, friend. You don't know what evidence is.
What are you doing?
You don't know what evidence is. You have not put forward a single scrap of evidence. You put forward, he said this once years ago, and I decided it was bad. That is not evidence.
In the context of what he's been arrested for, this is extremely relevant and important, especially when it's an unguarded comment to someone that he trusts.
So yeah, that's it. Like That's in today's Twitter Spaces, that was the most important part. That was like the shocking part. So what do you think? Like, you should comment below. Let me know if you think this guy's lying or not. This Colin Roberson guy. Right after this, the guy, Andrew Tate's friend that was defending him, said he got messages that this guy is not a credible source. I don't know him. I did some. He actually said who he is and what he does. I believe after this, he used to be some right wing guy, and he's not anymore. I don't know, but you be the judge. And like I said, I'm not saying Andrew Tate's innocent or he's guilty. I hope he's innocent. Okay, I hope he's innocent. I hope that we didn't all get fooled. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, he's 100% innocent. I don't know. No one knows anything. If people knew something, they would have put out facts. They would have put out evidence. But comment below. Let me know what you think, and it would be amazing if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and have an amazing rest of the Have an amazing year. Have an amazing rest of the year. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think about this.
I'll go to Colin. You've been waiting for a while, and then